Thank you for joining me today. I know that some of you guys had requested a video, so I wanted to get this to you guys. I'm going to do an 18-inch burlap pull-through method wreath. I have my daughter in the background and my puppies too, so please ignore them. What you're gonna need is an 18-inch wreath, wire wreath frame, or whichever size you like. You can do, there's 16, 12. I mean, you can go as low as you go, but I always work with 18. Hold on, baby. I'm recording. You see that? And then I also use, you're gonna need some zip ties. I use zip ties, some wire cutters, some scissors, and I use 4 15 foot rolls of burlap. So I really like this burlap. I use burlap, or I buy my burlap from Burlap Crafts Co. It is an Etsy shop, and all of her burlap is just amazing. So I like their burlap quite a bit, and I think it really gives a nice finish because if you can see, the edges are sewn in. So it's really, really nice. So I use 4 of these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off first by pinching the edges like this, and come to one of the T's, I call it the T, and put a zip tie through, and just, I hope you can see that, just give me a little bit of trouble. Pull it and tie it to the T area. So that's my starting point. If you can see,
my hand?
I can see your hand, thank you. Okay, so if you see, I'm starting from underneath. So I put the burlap starting point from underneath. And all I'm gonna do is just pull through and do like a little, just a little hoop. Then I go under the next one.
Put my hand.
Yeah.
I can't doobie.
Okay. Shh. All right. Pull next one through, and then just pinch it together with my hands. And do.
Mama, see my hand?
Yes.
I read it.
Yep, I see it.
Oh, did it?
And pull the next one. So you'll see it starting to form. You don't need to pull much, just a little. And I do it for each row, and then I come over here and start doing the same thing. So just pull. This is the same, it's the same on either side, so you don't have to worry about twisting or anything. Sometimes you'll see a twist come through. It's not purposefully, I just don't really pay attention. It still comes out the same way, but all you gotta do is pull this one a little bit. Pull it through. And then do the next one and pull it through. So you'll start to see that it's forming those cute little poofs. So I do 3 per section. There's 9 sections total on this one, and I do 3 per. So I'm just going to pull it, and I mean, don't be afraid of the burlap. It's gonna work with you. So let's see here.
Dim.
Sorry, my little one thinks she can just come on in. I mean, she really can, but okay. So there's the first section, and you see how it's coming out? You can manipulate the burlap to pretty much go any way you want. But that's the first section. And I pretty much do the same thing all the way around. One thing I did forget to say is I like to wear a mask when I work on my burlap. wreaths only because you can see the little tiny fibers here, and the last thing I want is for them to get into my mouth. So, the reason I may sound muffled is because I have that mask on.
Mommy, my butter bite.
Okay, baby.
Mommy, my butter bite.
It's outside.
Just yet.
It's right there. Okay, so once you get the hang of these actually take like 20 minutes to make. You know, I think I love making burlap wreaths. I think they're so pretty. You just have to be cautious because it's important that the customer knows where it's going to be displayed, because burlap can fade really fast in the sun. So you definitely want to make sure that if they do have it, it is in an area away from the sun. All right, do you see how that's forming? So number 2. Let's see here, let me pull it a little bit more.
Okay.
Now I'm going to start 3. So, there you go.
How open it?
And
Mom, open it.
a little bit, baby.
Let it be. Don't open the bud.
Okay. So,
Put it.
that's the second section. You see how it's nicely forming? And I just keep going on to the next section. So usually with these rolls, you're gonna go about maybe 3, maybe 2.5. I think it's usually 2.5. It just depends on how big your loops are. But you don't want them too puffy because then it makes your wreath look awkward. So I think this one's gonna be like 2.5. You also don't want to go too small either, so I think we're gonna go end up being 2.5. So here, yep, I have enough for one more. And you know, one thing I do want to say, like say this part is too short or something, but you want to make sure you use it. You can always put a bow in this section. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over because I'm at the end. And I am just going to come here and put my zip tie through, zip it to the frame. Oh yeah.
And I think
And then cut it. So. I'm going to cut it right here. And then, this is what we have so far. I'm going to get the next one.
Another one. Put it. Put it.
And I'm going to start the same way. Oh, no, let's not do that anymore, okay?
Okay.
She made some hoops for me. Can't do that. Okay, so what we're going to do next is do the same thing. Cinch it. Pinch it through. We're going to start on the end, but instead of a T section, we're just going to start on the frame right where we're starting. So I hope you can see that. If it helps to do your zip tie first and then put it through, obviously don't close it all the way. That might be better, but I've done so many of these, I know how to kind of work it. So, so then you just gotta you can push this down. It's not pushing. There we go. Push that part down and then just start pulling through again from underneath. And there you go. You can pull this a little that way so that you can continue forming and pulling through. So again, apologize. My daughter wants to be very involved. She's only 3, so she's very curious. And love that about her. All right, so that's 3. You can see here, like it's a little deformed right here. I don't know what happened. These were shipped to me. I got these because I know some of these are hard to find. I believe I bought these from Joann's. But anyhow, sometimes they're not sent in the best shape. So it's okay because at the end, again, it's all gonna look great. If this section looks a little weird, you may want to consider this a section where you add a bow or something to it. So, just pulling through, starting my next section. And that's all I do, just pull it through. And pull it through. So. There we go. I bought a little vacuum cleaner, a little handheld desk vacuum cleaner that she just found. Haven't even used it yet, but it'd be perfect for these little pieces of burlap here. Let me show it, baby. It's this cute little ladybug desktop vacuum cleaner. We'll see how it works, but she found it, so it might not even work before you get to try it when she, now that she has her hands on it. Okay, let's see there. I always gotta double check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So those are my 3 sections. And moving along. We're almost halfway through. All right, so sometimes you'll see like a bunch is hanging out right here. Make sure to pull it through when you're going on to your next section.
I put in conditioner. I put conditioner.
You put conditioner?
No, put in conditioner.
Oh, okay.
I don't have it.
All right, well, we're going to put batteries, okay?
Okay.
All right, so there you go. Pull on to the next one. There you go.
Mom, I have the batteries in it.
Yeah, we'll get some batteries for it, okay?
No, I need batteries. The batteries in the ladybug.
There's batteries in the ladybug?
I have it in it.
Okay.
And you have that one.
So, continuing on. And you just basically do this the whole way through. So, but I do use about 3.5 rolls, maybe 3 3/4 of my rolls. So, these are, my burlap wreaths are a little pricier, obviously, because this one looks kind of odd. I'm going to pull through. Because the burlap rolls can go anywhere from $4 to $12. So I think the average for these are $8, but it's definitely worth it because it creates a prettier outcome. I have different styles of wreaths. All right, so you see here, I'm not going to be able to finish this section. I don't think it's long enough. So I'm just going to stop right there. Hold on, let's see here. Make sure that's nice and set. Pinch it through, or pinch it to the side. And I'm not going to tie it to, I know I stopped at a T section right here. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's a T section. I'm not going to tie it to that T-bar. I like to lay those open because there's various methods you can use with the burlap. And I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet, but I'll show you at the end. I want to leave that option open. Okay, we'll get them later, okay? So, here you go. I'm done, or I'm stopping at the top of the frame. Sorry, taking off my sweater, got a little hot in here. And I'm going to start my next section, or my next roll, doing the same thing. I'm going to...
Mommy, ready?
Almost, baby girl.
You done?
Not yet. So I'm going to go on my frame right here. I'm not doing it to the T. I'm going to just put it to the frame. Thank you.
Put down.
And I'm going to just zip tie it again to the bar. Nothing too crazy. Stop, please. You're going to hurt yourself.
I know. Tie it.
Okay, in a little bit, okay? And I'm just going to zip it to the bar. Again, like I did the other ones. Except I'm not doing it to the T-zone. All right. So, all right. Just going to continue pulling through, doing the pull through method. I think that's what it's called. At least that's what I call it. So, again, you know, if you do make them and you make them this way and you're struggling and you're like, what is going on? Why did mine come out so different? You know, I used to do 4 hoops through each section and found that it was smushing everything up. And that looked really, really funky. So I found that 3 is the perfect amount for this technique. 3 hoops per section, or 3 lines through section, I guess you can call it that. Let's see here. I want a little too much. And then I feel like that gives it the perfect amount of ruffles to be seen and so forth. Now you can also maybe be pulling it too much. Maybe your hoops are too big. Let's see if I have my measuring. My ruler right here. Excuse my mess. It's about 2.5 inches per hoop. So if you really want to double check, see how wide yours are, but I do about 2.5 inches per pull through. So, all right.
I hear Bart.
And you know, don't be afraid to really pull at this. It's not, you're not going to hurt it. You're not going to hurt the frame either. So, let's see here. Okay. Can you watch out, please? All right. So, here we go. Okay.
Mommy, that's better.
3. Hold on. I'd like to go back because sometimes I might already be at 3 and don't even realize it. So,
Mama,
I'm almost done here. Again, it hasn't been that long. I think I started, well, it's already been 17 minutes from when I started. So, again, it doesn't take that long and I'm almost done. So, you can fix it throughout to make sure it looks good. But can you go check on layout, please? All right. Okay. So, all right. I hope this is helping you. Again, it took me a while to figure it out. I made some really pretty ones, but like they were nice and big at the end, but they looked really funky to me. And I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? I don't think that's going to be big enough for another loop, so I want to stop it right there. Again, same thing. Just zip tie it to the frame. Cut it. Careful with her, okay? Please. No, that doesn't go on her neck. Okay.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So there we go. And we're gonna finish our last section and a half right here. And start the same way. So. Sometimes I struggle and I have to do the zip tie first. I don't know. It just depends on how strong my hands are for that day. You know, sometimes these hands give me some trouble. I thought I had carpal tunnel, but I don't. So I'm trying to figure out what that is. Okay, so almost done. All right. Almost done here. On the last section now.
Mommy, done?
Almost, baby girl.
I like it.
You like it?
It's so cute.
It is pretty, huh?
It has ladybug in it.
Oh, you have your ladybug.
Of mine?
I mean, it's my little vacuum cleaner.
Your vacuum cleaner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'm tired.
I have to get a battery for it.
Oh, I have the screwdriver in it.
No, I don't think we need a screwdriver for it.
I have screwdriver in it.
Does it have some screws in it?
Yeah, I see it.
Maybe you're right. I have to look at it. All right. Okay, coming through
I want to
here.
have any body in it.
So, you know, in terms of making a wreath, some of the supplies can get a little pricey, so you know, it's kind of hard to see how much you want to invest in these, because if you're going to be making them all the time, that's great. But if you're only going to be making them every once in a while,
Mommy, I want
you got to
it.
really
Mommy, I want it.
Okay, mommy's talking, okay?
I want it.
When I'm done, okay?
I want it.
No, please don't.
No, I'm not it.
Again, so it all depends on how many you want to make and how much investment. I mean, the wire cutters cost about $22. I was lucky when I bought them because I had a 60% off at Michael's back when they used to give gift coupons. I had a 60% off, so I was able to use it then. You know, and then the zip ties, you can get a nice pack for like $8 at Walmart. I get mine through Amazon because I buy so many. But you can see here, we're done. So we're just going to zip it through.
Mommy, done yet?
I'm almost done, baby. Cut it. Let me take off this mask now that we're done.
Done?
Okay. Cut it and finish right there. And I have almost, I'd say maybe half left, half a roll. So here's my final product. I hope you can see that. You just gotta go through.
I'm done.
You like it?
I'm gonna touch it.
You can touch it.
I touched it.
So there you go. So the next thing I do sometimes, if I'm gonna put ribbon around it, you know, like this throughout the whole way, I go through, can you please stop? Sorry, my little monkey here tries to get involved. Okay, so I get zip ties and I find the T sections
Mama, ladybug not in.
and
There's no bodies in it.
I just put a zip tie. Do you see the crossbars right here? I put a zip tie underneath it. And I go through and find each section. And I find my zip ties. I'm not going to do it to this one, but just kind of making sure you can see how I do it. Each section. And then let me get some ribbon.
Mommy, ain't the bodies in it. It's broken.
Get my cute ribbon and I just zip tie it and then zip tie it through. Sometimes I use other burlap. I have a lot of burlap colors that I like to use. So only showing this one because I am
Mommy, I picked it.
limited on my choices right now.
Mommy, I picked it.
Good job, baby girl.
How broke it?
But sometimes I want to have a double color, so I'll just start off like this and then kind of work my way around, making sure the pattern is right. So I hope you can see that. I'm not going to do it for this one. I have one I just recently finished.
Hang on.
Or I can show you
I
what
have
I
one.
did.
Yeah, I have one. I had burlap. Burlap.
Watch out, please.
No, Daddy did.
Watch out, please. So here's one I recently did. You can see I pulled through the tees. Really cute. Attached the sign to it. But it came out really, really pretty. I love the colors on this one. Good for any time of the year. So for this one, I am going to do one of my...
Mommy, I want this
I gotta figure it out, but
Mommy, I want this one.
probably gonna add a little gnome to this one.
Mommy,
And then
had
the
it.
sign. Sorry, my daughter is being extremely curious right now.
Mommy,
Shh,
had it.
can you please stop? And is not letting me talk. So probably gonna add a gnome to this one, maybe a sign and a bow. So that's it. I hope you liked it. I will share my finished product here soon, but it took about 25 minutes to do this whole one. So once you kind of get going and into your groove, they go a lot quicker. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can message me on Facebook or Instagram. But I hope this helps. Thank you.